Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today, we've got another news video. We got a ton of news. We got the update for the 20 structure deck, vote off. We got 10 Gladiator Beast support cards revealed for Chaos Impact, and now we have the complete finalized list for Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge, which is coming out in about 2-ish weeks. So get really pumped for that. We're going to be going through it. Before, we only knew about half the cards, just over half the cards, maybe 60%. But this finalizes everything. So there's a lot of cards here, so I don't want to waste too much time, but let's jump right into it. So we'll start with Five-Headed Dragon. This is the reprint with the alternate artwork. Cool for those retro players who really like those old cards. Iperia, a cool little generic card that literally just says when it's summoned, draw a card. Generic +1, pretty cool. Water of Life, it's like a bad monster reborn. You like reborn something, but then you can only activate that monster's effects for the rest of the turn. Pretty bad. Gold Moon Coin, add 2 cards from your hand to your opponent's hand, then draw 2 cards. It's a -1. I probably wouldn't play it. Gingerbread House, this is definitely a new one. Pretty cool. It says during your opponent's standby phase, you can have as many monsters they control as possible, gain 600 attack, then destroy as many monsters they control as possible, 2,500 or more attack after that. And if you do, gain life points equal to the number of monsters destroyed times 500. So there's a lot going on there, but essentially every turn, you're just trying to wipe their board of all monsters. And because if you're buffing them by 600 every standby, every one of their standby phases, they're eventually going to hit over 2,500. So as long as you can defend yourself and not die, you're going to wipe their whole board like every turn, which is pretty cool. Pretty interesting continuous spell. Then we got a bunch of the Vision Hero stuff. I'm not going to go over them. I already have a video going all over them. So it's 6 of the monsters, 2 spells, and a trap card. Pretty cool stuff there. We have the Fortune Fairies. We have 6 of them, 1 for each of the attributes, as well as 3 spell cards. All not very good, I believe. Yeah, because they're like Fortune Fairy cards. And the Fortune Fairies are not good. Fortune Ladies will be interesting after Rising Rampage, but not Fortune Fairies. 4 new TG cards. None of them really are that good. I think Drillfish is like okay. Yeah, TG Drillfish is like okay, but for the most part, they're not very good. But I think they just wanted to add them because they had them for a while. They just need to put them in somewhere. We've got 4 number monsters, I believe, finishing off all number monsters like forever. I think this is the last 4 we're ever going to get. We're still going to get Xyz monsters, just not numbered monsters. But I have the Spaceway Octo Bypass. Pretty cool card. It like forces people to attack directly, and it says you can only attack with 1 monster per turn. It's cool. It's not very good though, I don't think. Dugare's the Timeless. He's actually pretty interesting for a generic rank 4 because you can detach any materials from him and activate any of the 3 effects here. Skip your draw phase but draw 2 cards and discard 1. Skip your main phase 1, your next main phase 1, but special summon a monster from your graveyard in defense position. Skip the battle phase of your next turn and then double the attack of 1 monster you control to the end of this turn. So there's a lot going on there. I think the versatility is just nice. I think it could totally come up. Sometimes you may make them just to draw and discard, try and cycle for a specific card you need. Who knows? But I think he's interesting. Harmonizer, Gradiel. This card like changes his attribute, and then I think it attaches a monster from your opponent's graveyard that has the same attribute as this card. So you just change your attribute to the monster that your opponent has in their grave and then attach it to itself, which is cool. And then Draglubion, fun name, takes 2 level 8s, and it lets you detach 1 material, then special summon 2 dragon number monsters with different names from your extra deck and or graveyard, and special summon 1 of them in attack and attach the other one to it. And then you can only declare an attack with the new monster, but it's pretty cool. It's interesting. I don't know what dragon numbered monsters are out there, but there's got to be a couple, right? We did lose Dark Matter, so that might have been one of the prime targets for it, but there's still got to be some other stuff, so he's pretty interesting. Then we move to the Battle Wasp stuff. We've got the 5 monsters here. I think Pin and Sting are like the best ones. I think for sure. Then you got all your synchros. You got 4 synchros, couple spells, and a trap. Pretty cool. I'm actually excited for these. I think they're generically solid insect support, right? which is pretty cool. Sting is pretty good. It searches, and then it also is like a walking effect veiler for your opponent, which is pretty cool. They do some cool things. I've seen a couple videos about them. They do some cool stuff. They're not busted by any means, but they are the start of like the core of like a strong insect deck, and maybe we'll see some support in the future to really bump them up there. We have a card I've never even heard of before, All Eyes Phantom Dragon. It's a 0 scale pendulum level 10. Does a bunch of stuff. This has like a battle phase scale effect. You have to attribute all monsters you control, including a dragon pendulum monster. So not great. It doesn't seem very good. I doubt it'll be played. Then we have a Speedroid card. I think we have a couple Speedroid cards. We have High Speedroid Kite Drake. This is the new boss monster. It's actually really good. He's literally a level 8 synchro that takes just a wind machine tuner to make. He's a 3k beater, and as soon as he hits the field, you can either negate all effects of all face-up cards your opponent controls, or just wipe their entire all other cards on the field, which is pretty cool. And then if this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add a Speedroid monster from deck to hand. He's actually really good. This card's really good. I think it's being slept on. I think Speedroids are being slept on with this card lingering around now. So, and with the Link monster. But then we get into a bunch of Link imports. We have Advendreb Savior, really nice zombie support card. I don't think it's too great for, well, maybe it's okay for like the zombie Orcus deck, I guess, but you have to use your battle phase to send stuff. It's better in like the zombie stun deck, where if you're going second or later in the duel, you make him, you can send like a Ballardrock when you battle to give himself like also a 1600 point boost, putting him to 32, which is pretty big. You're going to get over almost anything there. He's just pretty good. He's just generically solid for those zombie decks. I like him. He's cool. I think he'll help a lot. And then obviously Vendrids as well, giving them a nice buff. Then we have Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Very good generic rank, or Link 3. Does stuff in the battle phase, and if it's made with a level 7 or higher monster as material, it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, which is pretty strong. We have a Harpy Conductor. I actually went to my locals last night, or 2 nights ago, and went 4-1 with Harpies. And Harpy Conductor would help the deck a little bit, not too much, but it is a nice card to have. I'm definitely going to be picking up 2 or 3 of these for the Harpy deck. It definitely helps. You should definitely play it if you can, but that's pretty cool. We have Double-Headed Anger Knuckle. This is the new train support card. Really cool. It's nice for trains, but you don't really use it outside of trains, right? Yeah, because it specials level 10 machines engraved, so specific to them, but I know there's a lot of train lovers out there. Me specifically, the number 1 card in the set I'm looking forward to is Traptrix Sarah. Well, it's tied between Traptrix Sarah and Magical Musketeer Max, making Traptrix immediately a legitimate control strategy. High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. Speedroid, really, really strong Speedroid Link 2. It's good. It just is. Then we have Psy Frame Lord Lambda. This is a really good generic Link 2 that just allows you to play Psy Frame Gear hand traps in your main deck without worrying about going first as much, especially if it's like a combo deck that can spam the board a little bit, because you can just make him like easy, and then he's just on your board. 1700 beater, you summon something under him that's a little threatening, and then if you have the hand trap, it can just be a blowout. So Lambda, really, really cool to see. Magical Musketeer Max, like I said, it makes Musketeers immediately like a legitimate rogue deck. Not just like a bad rogue deck that tops 1 regional during the whole season, but I'm talking like a legitimate rogue deck that I'm sure we'll see top, fairly consistently over the next competitive season. And we have Gimmick Puppet Chimera Doll. This I feel like was just need to come at some point soon, because we are getting the next Duelist pack, which has, I think, 5, 6 more Gimmick Puppet cards that really help the strategy, and they kind of needed this card. This card's really important to the deck now. Your whole goal is just make this, and then this lets you go, pretty much. Salamangreat Almirage, a very nice Link 1 monster that can be abused in a lot of different decks. It's just nice to just link stuff away super easy. But yeah, Almirage really helpful for a lot of decks, just nice generic stuff. Stardust Mirage and Dark Sacrifice. I've heard Dark Sacrifice is interesting for people who are playing Mystic Mind Burn, because it says if your opponent activates a card effect that would destroy card or cards on the field, just negate it, and then also you can Foolish Burial any dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. That residual effect doesn't really matter in Mystic Mind specifically, but just negating stuff that would be outing your Mystic Mind is the whole goal here, which is pretty cool. One Foolish Burial, where you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. It's nice to get another hollow printing of this card, because the hollow printings of this card are actually expensive. Even though there's a good amount of them, it's pretty expensive. Similar Friendship, just a fun anime card. Vision Hero Vion, a nice reprint. This card was at a really high price not too long ago, but I think now it's already deflated, but this will deflate it even more. This card's cheap as poo, but we have a Vision Hero stuff, so it's fine that it's here. Elemental Hero Stratos getting a reprint. Maybe we'll get Stratos off the ban list even further than just at 1. Maybe we'll get him at 2 or 3. That'd be pretty cool. Bunch of Hero Fusion cards. Vision Hero Trinity, Destiny Hero Dangerous, Elemental Hero Neosnight, Elemental Hero Absolute Zero. All pretty good reprints. And then we also have Draco Necro Nether Soul Dragon. This is actually a low-key bomb reprint. I believe this card's actually, like, it was like $20, especially when like Zombie Horde came out and people were like super hyped about zombies and playing like Super Poly under Zombie World, making this card out of any 2 monsters your opponent summons in that situation, which is pretty strong. But yeah, he's a pretty desirable card. I'm happy that he's much cheaper now. He's going to be, at least. Then we have Lunalight, Crimson Fox, and Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick's nice. That's a playable card. I don't even think Lunalight players play Crimson Fox. It's not very good. Predaplast, whatevs. Dino Wrestler, Pankratops, probably like the best reprint. One of the sought after cards of this set for sure. You know, everybody's gonna want the nice rarity, not the commons anymore. So this card will be chased after a lot. We knew about Boral Sword, phenomenal reprint in here. Salamangreat Sanctuary and Will of the Salamangreat, both going from common printings from the structure deck to probably ultra rare. I doubt they'll be secret, but if they are, I won't be mad. But that's really nice, because you know, when you have a deck that's built solely on an entire structure deck, you're gonna have a lot of commons. So it's nice to have ways to get higher rarities as well. We have Cyberstein. This is a nice older card that hasn't been printed in a long time, so it's nice to get a reprint here. Garden of Order, whatever. White Dragon Wyverbuster and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, both really nice reprints as well. Both being extremely widely used in the Thunder Dragon deck, so it's cool to see reprints here. And the super rares were getting like expensive for these, like almost $10 for like the super rare versions. So it'll be nice to get a rarity that can maybe deflate those prices a little bit. Then we get Scythe and Lancia. So Scythe was actually creeping up because of artifact Sanctum usage. So, and this card being probably the most powerful artifact overall. So this is really nice, as well as Lancia getting a rarity bump. Rarity being Lancia being one of the best cards against like Orcust and Thunder Dragon as a side deck card, but it was only a common before, so it's nice to get that rarity bump. Another highly sought after card in the set. Then we have some Shaddoll reprints, which is pretty cool, especially if in the poll that's currently going on in the OCG, Shaddolls were #1 overall for getting their own structure deck in December, I believe. So, you know, if that does come to fruition and we do get a Shaddoll structure deck, it'd be nice to have higher rarity reprints of all the Shaddoll monsters so people can play a nice rarityed out deck. So we have all the main ones: Falco, Hedgehog, Squamata, Beast. You're only missing Dragon here. That's like the only one that's like I'd say is missing. Do we have? We might already have Dragon. I'm not sure. Subterror Guru. This is clean. If you don't know, guys, I actually play Subterrors. It's like literally my main deck when I'm playing like competitively, and I've done really well with it over the last couple months. And Guru is a common. It's, I believe, the only common like in the entire deck that you play, and it's arguably the best card in your entire deck. Some people could literally call it Guru Control instead of Subterrors, like if that tells you how good the card is. But I'm really happy to see that this will be at least an Ultra, maybe even a Secret, which would be really, really nice. I also have a Herald of the Arclight reprint, which is really nice as well. I know this card has only been printed like once or twice, and the price was actually still relatively high. You know, if if any ritual deck ever becomes relevant again, this card, there's a good chance this will be part of the reason why. Nekroz Cycle as well. We already knew this was coming. It's a nice little reprint from Nekroz here. Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, a nice reprint. I think it's a secret rare. I think it's a secret because don't we already have an ultra printing of it, or a super? So I think this might be secret, and I think that's why we're getting it. Summon Limit, another really phenomenal printing where it was only common before, I believe, and now we're getting it at a nice printing. Pretty cool to see. Same thing. It was kind of like, this kind of reminded me of like a Rivalry of Warlords and Gozen, and we got those reprinted. Then we have Sky Striker Ace Ray, Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, Sky Striker Maneuver Afterburners, and Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor. We will see after the ban list that comes, you know, early into the next season, where Sky Striker stands. But for sure, these are going to drop the prices. I believe like after Nationals, like Engage already dropped to like $25 just because like the competitive season's over. Everybody's already expecting Sky Strikers to get pounded by the ban list, and so people are kind of dumping their striker cards. So they're already pretty cheap, and if they get hit, if they do actually get hit, these cards will drop even more. So I'm keeping my eyes on these for sure, because I think strikers are cool, and I'm a control kind of player. You know, I play sub-tears, and this card kind of rolls right down my alley, so we'll see. And then the last card here is the old prize card, number 93, Utopia Kaiser. Not an amazing card, but, you know, it's cool for the collectors that love the anime cards. Utopia Kaiser is definitely cool there. Other than that, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the list. Let me know what you think. I think it's a pretty good set. We got some really solid reprints between Pankratops, Guru, Lancia, Scythe, Draco Necro Dragon, and there's a bunch of other stuff too that I can't think of off the top of my head. There's 5. All of the Link Vrains and just Link imports in general are really, really solid. Borrelsword Dragon, sorry, I didn't say that. That was important. The dragons, the baby dragons getting reprinted, and Herald of the Arclight, Summon Limit. Some really cool stuff in the Sky Striker stuff. So some really good reprints, some really good new stuff, some imports that are coming. A bunch of deck cores. I mean, we've got Vision Heroes. We've got Fortune Fairies. We've got TG, well, not really TG core, but some new TG stuff. Battle Wasps core. And yeah, so get excited. I think this set looks pretty nice. I've got a good list of stuff that I am looking at picking up here off of this set. So get pumped. I'm really excited, and hopefully you guys are too. But let me know your thoughts about the set overall, what you're excited for, and let me know down below. Yeah, I'm going to leave it off there, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do so. I'm keeping up news every single day. 3 videos today. Wild. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.